Hello and welcome everybody to MAN471. My name is Roland and these are the slides I used when teaching fundamentals of project management at International Business School in Suzhou between 2017 and 2019 when I resigned. Now in our 11th session I focused on earned value management, and the topics of this session was what actually is earned value management, why and how do we use it, and running through a couple of examples of using earned value management in practice and what do the results of this analysis mean to us. Now, first of all, earned value management is a comparative analysis of the status of the project when comparing it to the baseline. We are using it for tracking and controlling. Obviously, at some point in the project, we want to know, well, how well are we actually doing? How is the schedule looking? How is the budget looking? And the maths behind it is actually pretty simple, but the lessons we can draw from these very simple equations are very, very profound indeed. So what is the advantages of using earned value management in your project? First of all, reducing things to a simple number is a very objective way of measuring performance. It is fully transparent. Everybody knows what goes in. Everybody knows what comes out. So you cannot manipulate actual figures. You cannot manipulate a baseline that you have agreed on. And this is actually what we are comparing. Another thing what it does is it allows you to compare the performance of different projects. So when you are looking at budgetary constraints, which project should you prioritize? The one that is doing very well will complete fast beyond expectation, or the one that is doing not so well, that is costing us more than we thought. What it also does is earned value management allows us to make reasonable budgetary and scheduling projections based on actual project data. Now the disadvantage of that is installing and running such a system can cost a lot of money. And you need people that actually have project experience and an organization that is project management mature. You wouldn't run this in an organization that has just transitioned into using project management methodologies for what they are doing outside of their daily operations. You would want an organization that has the capacity not only in terms of running the project, but actually in terms of providing this data in a timely fashion. What it also does, you need to have a project that is well defined, particularly in terms of what is the scope of the project and what are the individual tasks. So you need data from the actual project, you need data from accounting, and then you can fill it into the equations and make reasonable deductions and projections about what is going on. So why are we using that? Obviously, we want to find out what is going on in our project. Where are we? At any given moment in time, we can reasonably well say, well, this is how much the project has cost us so far. This is how many days we have been working on this project. And this is all the tasks that we have completed and that we are working on right now. So what we are then doing is we can compare that to the baseline of how much money should we have spent by now, where should we be in time and the schedule right now, and then can say, okay, we are behind schedule, we are in front of the schedule, we are running early, we have spent more or even less money on the project than what we thought we would. And from there you can say, well, predict how much will it actually cost us in the end, more or less, and when will it actually be completed. So looking at these equations, a few definitions first. EV is earned value, which means the actual budget completion of the time. We are looking at, we have completed these tasks completely. This is the budget for them. This is how much it should be costing, and this is how much it has actually cost us. PV is the planned budgetary completion. So when we look through the tasks, we know how much it has actually cost us, which goes into EV. We know how much we have planned it to cost, which goes into PV. And from there we can see, going further to the right in our project network, and say, okay, these are the tasks, they are to this degree complete, this is what it should be costing us at this rate of completion, and this is how much we actually spent already on completing this task. The same goes for the timeline and the budget, with the same calculation and different variable names. AC, for example, is the actual cost of the work. BAC is the planned budget at completion. EAC is the estimated budget at completion. First thing we want to look at, how are we running in the project, how much time are we spending on it? Schedule variance, which means how much are we differing from the planned schedule right now. And we are using money to indicate that. The schedule variance is the earned value, the actual amount of money we have spent on the project, minus the planned value that we should have been spending on this project. A figure below 0 indicates that there has been a delay, and a figure over 0 indicates we are ahead of schedule. Cost variance. Cost variance is the earned value minus the actual cost. And the figure below 0 indicates we are over the budget, and the figure over 0 indicates that we are under the budget. Other figures that we are using is CPI, the cost performance index, which is earned value divided by actual cost, indicating how much bang for buck do we actually get in this project. ETC is estimate to complete, which is defined BAC minus EV, and that sum divided by the cost performance index. Estimate at completion is obviously actual cost we have spent right now plus the ETC. Looking at an actual example, we can see today is the 25th day of the project. The earned value is at $200 of the project. The actual cost is $340. And the planned value baseline is $300. Now when we look at this and do our equations, the cost variance is earned value, which is $200, minus the actual cost, $340 minus 140, and we can say we are over the budget. We are also behind schedule. Earned value 200 minus planned value 300. We already should have work completed value of $300. Minus 100 is the sum. We are behind the schedule. Now we want to know how much will it cost us if things progress at the same rate and cost. So we are looking at estimate to complete is 200 times the cost performance index, which is 1.7, and we determine this is 340. So estimate at completion would be actual cost plus estimate to complete 340, 680. Throughout the session, I'm then running through a couple of more examples, also asking the question, at what point do we intervene and say, okay, this project is no longer worth it? And when we look at how much we need to complete it in order to get the value we wanted out of it ages ago, does it really make sense to complete it? Ensuing in a discussion of the strategic alignment in projects and concluding that if we do not have strategic alignment right from the start, we are going to waste money right from day one of this project. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a nice day. See you soon.